Hello everyone, it's me, Dinar, and I'm glad to welcome you in our Ayabex webinar. Yes, and thank you for coming today. Let me put you through the housekeeping items. First, as usual, you are on our auto mute mode, so it means that you cannot speak during the webinar, but you can send all your questions, comments, everything you want to ask and everything you want to know to the Q&A box. First, we'll have the presentation, and then we will have the Q&A time where we will answer all your questions. But you can send any question anytime you think of them. So just you look at the presentation and say, oh, I want to know what is it? So you can send us all the questions. I will try to monitor Q&A box all the time in order, well, sometimes it's easier to answer just on spot, but we'll see how it would go. And today we have two special guests. Today we're going to talk about Kyoto cuisine with Mr. Masayoshi Ozasa, and we will talk about Japanese ceramics with Miss Madoka Wakunami-san, and she will be together with her husband, so we'll be glad to I'm sorry. So I would glad to meet both of them, and I hope that you would like it too. And we will have Q&A section after each of the presentation time. So we have two Q&A sessions, but first we'll have Wakunami-san Dutch couple. So they would be with us for the first half of the hour. And of course, we'll answer all the questions after it's over. But if you think of any other questions while the next presentation would go on, you still can send us via the Q&A box. And so they would answer in the end also in case you have something. So that was a brief explanation of what we're going to have today. And oh, one more important point is that we're going to have online tours with both of them. We'll have two different tours, one about the Japanese ceramics and one about the Kyoto cuisine and how to cook different things and what is different. So it will be two completely different online tours. And today you're going to meet the heroes of both of them. So look at it. And if you're interested in the tours, also please email us. We'll send you a special invitation. So let me begin first. And today we have two artisans. This is a really nice couple. And Ms. Fukuoka was born in Fukuoka, so she brought the Fukuoka pottery tradition to Kyoto, where she got married with Mr. Wakunami, who has, he also inherited the pottery tradition, but the one from Kyoto. So let's talk about it more closely. I would like to ask Miss Madoka Wakunami-san to join us. Are you here? Wakunami-sama, お願いします。
よろしくお願いします。はい。
So today, as usual, I will translate everything from Japanese to English to you. はい、ではよろしくお願いします。じゃあここの写真からお願いしたいんですけれども、お二人の紹介と、特徴もここできれいに見えると思うんですが、お願いできますか。
私たち夫婦は京都の清水寺の近くの工房で2人で陶芸をしています。
We are a couple. We are a couple, and we work in a small shop and gallery just close to Kiyomizudera. So if you go to Kiyomizudera, you can always stop by and look at this shop.
で、彼は京都の清水焼の4代目の作家さんで、私は福岡の小石原焼の窯元からお嫁に来て一緒に仕事をすることになったので、違う産地の技術を融合してものづくりをしています。
So Mr. Wakunami-san is fourth generation with Kyoyaki Kyoto pottery tradition. So he has his own family tradition of making potteries. And Miss Wakunami was born in Fukuoka. She's 14th generation of another Fukuoka tradition. So she got married, came to Kyoto, and brought her own tradition. So they are together making something new, like new modern symbol born out of two traditions.
で、写真を見てもらったら分かるように、2人ともろくろのスタイルが違います。夫の方は、あぐらをかいて、台の上でろくろをしていて、私は椅子に座ってろくろをしています。実はこれは陶芸がどこから伝わったかの文化の背景があって、京都は中国大陸から入った陶芸の文化なので、このスタイルで、私が住んでいる福岡は韓国の方が近くて、韓国から入った陶芸の文化なので、違うスタイルとなっています。
Maybe you have noticed that although they work together, just side by side, they have a really different style of making things. So just look at them, how they sit. So you see Miss Wakunami-san is using chair, small chair, and Mr. Wakunami-san is just like sitting on the floor and crafting just on a special, well, like small table. So these two, there is a reason for though. It's not just like personal, chose what to do, but it's a really long tradition. And Kyoto pottery was influenced by China directly. So that's a Chinese style of making pottery came to Kyoto, and that's how usually craftsmen of Kyoto work here. And in Fukuoka, it was a strong influence of Korea, and so they sit on a chair and make this pottery. So it's really interesting how you can, like how tradition can vary in a small details.
これぐらいで大丈夫です。
はい。じゃあ次いきます。So a little bit about this Soryu-gama pottery. お願いします。
そう、私たちの作るものの特徴としては、京都の焼き物の技術である京焼きの青い青地に私の福岡の実家の小石原焼きの技法を掛け合わせた全国でもうちしかない青地飛び鉋という技法を2人で作っています。
Yeah, and what makes this Soryu-gama pottery shop different from others? So it's pretty unique. Since so if you look at them, they have a really nice celadon color that is common for kyoyaki, the Kyoto pottery tradition. But at the same time, the pattern, if you look closer at them, they have a special pattern made with special tobigana. We'll talk about this special tool that is used to make this special pattern. And so they combine the best of both tradition and making something special and unique that you can find only here. So we have a small video of both of them making this pottery. Let's have a look at it. So it's just in the shop. Oh, oops. So this one is called chrysanthemum knitting. So it makes the shape of chrysanthemum flower, and it makes really nice clay. Everything made by hand. So 2 different styles of work. Everything is made by hand. And it looks so simple if you look at it, but it's really, really difficult. Yes, this is the way of creating pattern. Later we'll have online show. Small pieces of clay. And so that's how this beautiful plate is born. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about this pottery tradition. First, let me start with the story of Miss Wakunami-san before she came to Kyoto. So this is the picture from Fukuoka, right? 福岡の写真でよろしいですね。
はい、私の生まれたうちなんですけど、さっき話したみたいに14代続く古い窯元で、小さな頃からそのお父さんやおじいちゃんが仕事をしている工房が遊び場になっていました。
So, as I told you before, so Miss Wakunami-san is the 14th generation. So, this is the place where the Fukuoka pottery is made, and she would come to the working place of your father, of your grandfather, working there, and just it was the place where she would also play and enjoy and look at adults working. So, well, it's almost like in DNA when you look at it from your childhood, and you know that you will also want to do the same thing. So it's 15th generation. I just trying to imagine the whole tradition of this pottery. ありがとうございます。じゃあ次行きます。So just a brief explanation what is Fukuoka. I have been using this word for a while, but maybe not all of you would know it. So Kyoto is, here, about like a little bit to the south of the middle of Japan, and Fukuoka is on the northern part of Kyushu Island, so it's really, really far to the south. And Koishiwara, that's the name of this Fukuoka pottery. It has a unique, well, what is unique about it is that patterns that I was talking about. So there's 3 special methods and special techniques. One of them is called tobikanna. It's a special tool that is used, well, not everywhere, but just mainly in this Fukuoka Koishiwara pottery style. So we will see how it works. So that's really, really far from Kyoto, and it's like another tradition that was combined and brought to Kyoto to bring something new and special to you. So this is about tobikanna, and that is, well, you can see it. So this is the surface, and so when you apply tobikanna to, like, tobi means jumping. Kanna is this iron tool. So since it's jumping and making this pattern, if you use it the right way, so it creates really great pattern. And just at this point, I want to stop the presentation and let you see the live presentation from Wakunami-san.
私を映してもらって、飛びガンナっていうのはこの道具を使ってやるんですけど、これが昔の古い時計のゼンマイ、昔の時計ってゼンマイ式なんですけど、そのゼンマイを切って加工した道具を使って入れる技法です。
So this one is called tobikanna. So that's the iron part, but where it came from, that's another interesting story. So it's actually the part of an old clock, like in the really old one, the one that you had to wind, that it works. So that's one of the inner part of the clock. After the clock is broken, you can take it, and it was used like the completely other way as a tool for making pottery. So let's see how it works.
ろくろを回転させながら土にこれを当てていくことで、土の抵抗にこれが引っかかって小さくバウンドします。3秒ぐらいの一瞬の技法なのでよく見ていてください。
So it takes only 2 seconds, the whole process. So you will have to look really closely to see, because, well, when professional works, it's really fast. So once this tobikana touches the surface, it hits a really, really small parts of clay. So now we see that misoktane is moisturizing the surface. So that's the time. Let's see how it works. お願いします。
OK です。
はい。
はい。で、さっきハケで、この水でちょっと表面を濡らして土を一回柔らかく戻します。
Yeah, by water, so Miss Wakunami made it really soft, so to make it easier to cut the pieces.
もうちょっと近づいてもらっていきます。
It's like magic.
見えますか？大丈夫。
Can you see it? So yeah, I can see it clearly. I hope that you also can. So you see that brilliant pattern was born in just 2 seconds, just while you were looking at it. And you could hear the sound of it playing almost while it's touching the surface. はい、ありがとうございます。
はい。
この、なんていうんですかね、小さな、大丈夫です。はい。はい。ありがとうございます。So let me get back to the presentation. So this is once again the tobikana. So this was, well, used to be the special point about Koishiwara pottery in Fukuoka. So now you can find it combined with Kyoto style, beautiful celadon color. Okay, let's move further. So another thing we want to talk about now, and well, that is special about, especially in Kyoto, so for Kyoto yaki, but not only, you can find in many other potteries, this is ascending kiln. It's Noborigama. 登り窯について一言でお願いします。
はい。傾斜のある土地にいくつか部屋のある窯をレンガで作っていて、その窯の中で陶器を炊くんですけれども、これは原料が電気とかではなく薪を入れることで温度を上げていくやり方です。
So this is a traditional kiln, and as you can see, they don't use charcoal and other gas or something special. So it's used to bake the pottery using just wood, just like on a picture. So you need a lot of wood to make it. And this is ascending kiln is made out of small chambers. Put it together, and they are situated on the hill to let the air go up. So the temperature would be the same along all the kiln.
京都は煙が出るので、もう市内でこの登り窯は炊けない、決まりができて炊けなくなったんですけど、この写真は私の福岡の実家は田舎の方なので、まだこの窯で、陶器を焼くことができています。
In Kyoto, so they said like this Noborigama was pretty like popular and they were used a lot, but recently, since well, they are burning the wood, so they make a lot of smoke on the place. Well, so this Noborigama was prohibited in Kyoto City. So in Kyoto City, you cannot use this one anymore. And this picture is from Fukuoka Prefecture, since Fukuoka is smaller, less populated, less dense, it's still allowed to use this Noborigama in Fukuoka, but unfortunately not in Kyoto City anymore. じゃあよろしいですか？はい。Okay, let's move further. So I want to show you what Ms. and Mr. Wakunami-san make in their own pottery. So they have a lot of traditional things like tea ceremony items or celadon incense burner. So this one is look like, well, for me it looks like a piece of art. So there you can find here traditional items. じゃあ次にこのままでよろしいですか？ So, but at the same time, so let me talk a little bit more about the items. they have, and from now I would again turn off the presentation and let you see them live, showing you the plates and everything beautiful things they have. But first I want to just talk about what is special about Soryugama pottery. So as I said, they use this beautiful celadon color implied with the beautiful pattern of the one that is used in Koishihara pottery. So this type of celadon is just the color of the sky after the rain. That's, I think it's really romantic. So when you think about it, when you look at it, I guess you would enjoy it even more. So it's not just the color of just random bluish color, but it's just had a special meaning, the sky after the rain. So they have even other porcelain, different colors, but this one is the main one. And the one in the middle is not from Soryugama, and this one is from Fukuoka. So this picture was brought so to show you the difference, a little bit different styles of different pottery shops. じゃあ画面を変えてもよろしいですか？ここで見せていただけますか？
はい。
So let me, okay, yeah, stop the presentation to let you to have a look.
これが私の技法で赤い土に白化粧をかけて飛び雁を入れると、その削られた溝で下の茶色い土が見える技法になっています。
So this is the technique when you use the red clay to make it, and to get, when you use tobikana here, so it lets let you see the true color of the clay, the beautiful color of it. So it's a little bit, well, brownish yellowish. ありがとうございます。
はい、この技法を政治に取り入れて、こんな感じになります。
And this one is the one that is made with applying the technique to beautiful celadon color. So you see how interesting it looks here.
削られた溝に釉薬が溜まって濃淡で模様を表現しています。
So the glaze comes here in the cut pot of the clothes, so it makes a really different pattern, different colors pattern, so it looks really interesting. はい、ありがとうございます。はい、じゃあ次に行きます。So a little bit more, we'll come back again to Ms. and Mr. Wakunami-san in the gallery. But first, I want to show you something about them also. So, well, people say that once the operation leaves the area you work in, so you can call it a success. So the pottery of Soryugama, you can find it not only, well, first you can find in really great restaurants in Japan, but also in other countries. People know about it, so I would like to ask Wakunami-san to talk about it. じゃあ簡単にご紹介お願いできますか？台湾とかパリのなんかどこでどうやって紹介したことがあるか、例えばローマのレストランなんだろうお話を。
6年ほど前から海外に向けていろんな発信をしていく中で、今ではローマの2つ星のレストランと日本の1つ星のレストランにうちの器を使ってもらっているんですけど、それ以外にもアメリカやオランダ、上海や香港などいろんな国に行って実演をしたり、ワークショップなどをして、ソリューガマの陶器を広げれるように頑張ってきました。
So so Ms. Wakunami-san, so together they went to different countries. So apart from the one that I've named here, so also America, Holland, and so other countries. And so they were making workshops, they were explaining about Japanese pottery, and in Roma, their plates were chosen by one of Michelin 2-star restaurants. so they use it in everyday basis. So you can go to Roma and see these plates. And another restaurant in Tokyo that has one Michelin star, so they also use these plates. So we can say that people around the world also recognize this Ryugama pottery. And some more articles, not only plates, but some other interesting things. I really like this one. So, well, that's part of decorational thing, the one you can put on a table, or you can hang down from on the walls or near the entrance, but which one you can see pretty often in Japan. So to put beautiful flowers or plants in it and just enjoy this beautiful color of this porcelain and nature itself. And one more interesting thing, so I guess I would change camera once again. So this is really interesting combination with collaboration with bamboo craftsmen. So this is really nice bamboo straw applied to the pottery. じゃあ見せていただけますか？
はい。
はい。OK。Yep.
これ実物なんですけど、真ん中の薄い板を、この板を竹で挟み込んで、宙に浮いた状態で外に向かって編み込んでもらっていて、後ろが透けて見えます。
So this one is made, well, so first the pottery pot was made, and then the bamboo craftsman puts this straw from outside to inside, so you can see through it, so it makes it really nice and well, light impression. So, なんか野菜とかじゃなくて果物とかなどとなんか茎を。
そうです。もう竹が水に強くないので、これは飾る用のお皿で、果物とかだったら大丈夫ですけど。
So, well, since bamboo doesn't like being wet too much, so you cannot like use it for eating on the top of it, but you can put something dry, like dry fruits or something on the top, so just to let the go air through it and keep it fresh for a longer time. But it can be used just a mere decoration. So I hope you like it, and we'll move a little bit more. ありがとうございます。We'll have a little bit more to show you, I guess. Yes. So this is also an interesting thing, another approach, so something completely different. It was really interesting for me also. I hope you saw while using Tobikanna, Ms. Wakunami created a lot of small parts of clay. So usually they are supposed to be thrown away, but if you bake them, use a glaze on top of it, you can make a beautiful accessories, which would look different and well, which will like something special and really fragile that is good for young ladies, for example. じゃあ見せていただけますか？
はい。
So I'll change once again so you can have a look at it. So it looks
ガラスのドットの中にトビガンナのかけらが入ってて、このキラキラ光るゴールドは京都の金箔の博士の方に本金箔を貼ってもらってゴールドにしています。
So they can be only clay can be used on the top of it, but here you can see the nice gold color, and it's really real gold leaf, like really thin gold leaf that I used in Kyoto. Also for decoration, so this almost like a golden accessory. It's really nice and soft and fragile. ありがとうございます。So this is well, one more thing to show you. So since in the beginning I have shown you the well, you saw in the video the way the clay is made. As I said, like it's chrysanthemum. I forgot the words. Kneading. So to make clay is clay sticker to get rid of all the air in it, so it can become thick and don't let water go inside. So in Soryugama pottery, you can find these small coasters that's again used made with the same techniques. And since they have these small parts, all the water would come there, and the glass would stay drier as usual. So the bottom of glass would not turn wet if you use these coasters. So it can look again a little bit of magic, but it's really nice. And you can wash them as like any other regular pottery. So I hope you liked the presentation and you learned something new about the pottery and something that you can find in Kyoto. As I said, you can easily combine coming to Soryugama place with going to Higashiyama district, to Yasaka Shrine or Kiyomizu Temple, and it's really nice old area, so you can enjoy just the regular stroll over there. And they have a pottery classes there, so you workshops, or you can come and try to make something by yourself and just create something special only made by you. And in case you are not sure that your masterpiece is not that good, you can also buy something for yourself in the gallery over there. So that's the end of presentation, and it's Q&A time, and I would like to answer your questions. Anything if you like. So let me check the Q&A box. And well, before we go, like if it's possible, I would like you to send via the Q&A box also what you liked more about the presentation, the items, the ideas, just anything you like, we would highly appreciate it. So the first question we have, I want to talk about is the price. Is it expensive? そうですね、質問なんですけれども、そちらの焼き物は高いですか？もう例えばもう見せていただいて、例えばこれはこれぐらいですとかというふうに。
これが直径21センチ。21センチなんですけど、このプレートで13,000円ぐらいです。
So this one has 21 centimeters in diameter, and it's, well, you can see the size like in hands. So it's about, well, if we talk in US dollars, it's about 120 US dollars. So it's 13,000 in end. So it's everything handmade. So it's, I wouldn't say that it's too expensive for this type of thing.
このカップが6,000円です。
And this small cup is about, well, 55 US dollars, I would say. So it's 6,000 yen. じゃあ、バンブーのものはいかがですか？
バンブー
の、はい。
これは、18万です。竹の人の技術も高いので。
And this one, ごめんなさい、18万。And this one is really expensive, I would say. It's, well, it's about 1,700 something US dollars. So it's in Japanese, and it's 18,000 Japanese. And so this one is expensive because the traditional craft of using this bamboo straw is really, really expensive. You can compare the price. とても美しい焼き物だというコメントをもらってます。
ありがとうございます。
So we have a lot of other comments. Well, most of them they do look about the price also. So thank you everyone for comments. I guess we will move on to the next presentation because time is flying. And so maybe we'll come back to these questions in case we finish earlier. とりあえず、Wakunami様ありがとうございました。じゃあ次に移りたいと思うので、また最後にもしかしてもちょっと質問も出てくるかもしれないですけれども、最後までよろしくお願いいたします。
お願いします。
So thank you, everyone, and we will move on. So the one that we, the phrase that was in the presentation. So we have the beautiful pottery made by Wakunami-san, this beautiful couple. So there is a place where you can enjoy both this wonderful pottery and beautiful Kyoto cuisine. It's the restaurant in Kyoto, well, it's to the north of Kyoto City in Kameoka City. So I would like to ask Mr. Ozasa-san to join us and to tell us the history about his restaurant, Matsusho. So that's the place where you can come and enjoy both, as I said, wonderful Kyoto cuisine and great pottery. よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
じゃあいかがでしょうか。ご紹介お願いできますか、簡単に。
これ、まどかさんの。
少々お待ちください。今。
見えるかな。
Can you see this one? This one
One?
decoration? Yeah, it's also.
何でしたっけ Ceramic jewelry.
Yeah, ceramic jewelry. So that's the jewelry we were talking about in the beginning. So not only in the restaurant, but even looking at the chef, you can also enjoy this beautiful pottery. ありがとうございます。
はい。
So you see in Kyoto, all the traditions are getting together because craftsmen of Kyoto are keeping their tradition and working together. はい、ではお願いします。
はい、店の紹介です。
はい。
はい。私たちは、初めは京都市で、創業しまして、でそれから約40年ぐらい前に、京都から車で30分ぐらい、山里の方に移動して、料理屋をやらせていただいてます。で周りは、山で囲まれていて、で川が流れていて、なんかそういう自然豊かな環境でやってます。小笹です。
So, as you can see from the introduction here, the start of the business was inside the Kyoto city, but about, well, a little bit more than 40 years ago, they decided to open the restaurant also in Kameoka City. Kameoka City is about, well, half an hour from Kyoto City Center. And that's a really cozy, nice place. Surrounded by mountains, so with beautiful rivers flowing by. So it's really, well, relieving, so out of stress place. So they opened the restaurant in Kameoka.
はい。
じゃあ次でよろしいですか? And so, yeah, now that's the place where you can meet Mr. Ozasa.
はい。
So a little bit more about Kameoka. How good the place is. 亀岡の紹介をお願いします。
はい。亀岡の紹介。亀岡市は、だいたい京都市より少し北に位置して、で朝晩はとても寒くて、冬はきっちり雪が降るという、その日本古来の四季、が楽しめる、地域になってます。
So Kameoka is just a little bit to the north of Kyoto City, but it's just enough to have like the really distinctive 4 seasons. So they have snow in winter, which is not much in Kyoto, inside Kyoto City. So you can enjoy all the 4 seasons at their best. So it's really getting cooler in the evening, which can be not in Kyoto City. So really nice place where you can enjoy the nature.
はい。その自然豊かな環境で育つお野菜っていうのがとても魅力的で、京都市内のレストランの多くはこの亀岡のエリアのお野菜を使ってます。
So since this weather is so like distinct here between day and night temperature during the year, it creates really nice conditions for the vegetables to grow. So Kameoka vegetables are believed to be really nice and have a really great taste. So that's the reason why even in Kyoto City, inside Kyoto City, a lot of restaurants use vegetables from Fukuoka.
で、あと、発酵とか醸造とかお醤油とか味噌とか日本酒とかそういうと、産業もすごく丹波は亀岡は盛んで、うちのお店も全部、そういうお味噌とかお醤油とか亀岡でこの自然豊かな環境で作られたものを使ってます。
And Kameoka is also famous for all these fermentation products like soy sauce, like miso paste, or Japanese sake, which also is kind of fermenting. So this place is also famous for it, and Matsushou restaurant also uses soy sauce, miso, and all other fermenting ingredients, also from the small plants that make them in Kameoka City.
はい、以上でこんな感じです。
So in this beautiful nature, it has a lot of great landscapes. So you can think about combining together great Kyoto foods like beautiful vegetables, Kameoka City, and enjoying the nature. So you can order obento in Matsushou. Is it right? お弁当はやってますよね。
はい、京都市内ではもともとお弁当とかお寿司とかを作って、ご自宅に届けるという、仕事をしていたので、お弁当作りは、私たちの家業であります。
So originally, Matsushou, so they made it not only just restaurant, but they were making obento, this lunch box, delivering to different department stores and different places. So they keep on the tradition. So you can, if you're not sure that you have enough time to spend inside the restaurant, and you can, for example, if you want to enjoy, for example, Hanami, the enjoying great sakura tree of Kameoka, you can order obento here and just take them outside and enjoy it there. So a little bit more of obento, まあ一言でもいいんですけれども、その特徴についてお話をお願いします。
まず左のお弁当が、竹でできているお弁当箱で、これですね、そっちです。で、各地の観光施設とかまでお届けして、例えばお外で食べてもらったりとか、例えば別にバスの中もちょっとあれですけど、いろんなところで食べてもらえたり、します。
So this one, if you look at it closer, on the one on the left, is made out of bamboo. So it's, well, you can take it outside, and well, it's not plastic, so you can, well, it's eco-friendly, and it uses the seasonal ingredients, so you can enjoy both, like the food, the landscapes, nature, and since it's really easy to carry around, you can use it in many different locations. Maybe not inside the bus when you're moving, maybe it's not, but like during your trip somewhere, you can stop and enjoy this great food.
はい、逆の右側の方は、器なので、うちのレストランで、お庭を見ながら食べてもらうっていうお弁当です。
And this one, you can see this box is different. This is not the box that you can carry anywhere around. So you use this one to enjoy the great nature of the garden of Matsushou. So you order this and go outside and eat it outside, and then bring the box itself back to the restaurant. But as I said, you can enjoy both food and nature at the same time. ありがとうございます。So now we have a short polling for you. So this one is the specialty of Matsushou, the one that a lot of people come to buy. So people around know about it and just know that this tastes great. Maybe you know, maybe you're not. So let's see, what is this one made of? How do you think? Is it fish? Is it egg? Is it bamboo sprouts? Is it vegetable paste? So we want to know, Steve.
みんなわかるんですね。
Okay, we'll see. It's interesting because sometimes, well, there are a lot of people who know the answer, I guess, but still sometimes people make really strange suggestions looking at, well, the same thing. So you cannot be wrong, you know, you can try the one. Just tell us what you think when you look at it. Well, this is really, well, it's not used only in Japan. You can find it in other countries, but this one as well, the one that a lot of Japanese people put, well, there, well, look at it closer, and well, the way the restaurant make this can be the judgment on if their food is good or not. So it's a simple thing. Okay, yeah, it looks like people are not voting anymore. Yes, everyone got it right. Thank you. I'm really glad to show you. Yeah, this is X. It's Japanese traditional omelet. And it's made with dashi, right? So what is the secret? じゃあ、一言何が特別であるのか教えていただけますか？
はい。まず日本料理で、一番キーとなるのは、お出汁だと思います。で、この、どうぞ。
So one of the key points of if you create Japanese food the right way and if it will be delicious or not is using the dashi. Dashi is oh my god, I forgot the word. Broth, made out of seafood. So that's the one that used in most of the dishes that you can find in Japanese cuisine, and so also used here. はい、お願いします。
で、水と昆布と鰹節とたった3つだけで出汁を取るんですけど、同じ昆布と鰹を使っても水が変わると違う味になるし、もちろん昆布が変わっても違う味になるんですね。で、そういう、ごめんなさい、もうちょっと。で、そういうことで言うと、うちの店の出汁はうちの店でしか取れないということになります。
Yeah, and that's the key point. And well, actually, there is only 3 ingredients. It's just water, kombu, it's the type of seaweed, and it's katsuobushi is the, well, tuna, well, flakes, special one that used widely again around Japan. So it's seafood. It's only 3 ingredients. One of them is just water, but the percentage that you use to mix them together, the time you use to boil it, and just like all the small points during the creating stock out of this like simple ingredients influence the taste so much. So we think that in our this omelette, is the main point is the dashi that we create in our restaurant, and that dashi is really special and different from other dashi.
で、うちのお店はすごく出汁が好評で、出汁を使ったお料理っていうのがお客さんからの反響がよくて、で、この卵焼きはその出汁と卵と醤油で作られて、亀岡の醤油で作られているので、そういう素材にこだわった一つのシンプルですけど、とても奥が深い、料理になってます。
So, well, actually, most of our clients say that, well, the dashi of matsushou is really great, and everywhere we use them, all the dishes with dashi are praised really high. And this omelette is, well, we say it's omelette, but it's actually, well, a little bit different because everything we use here is this dashi, our special one, eggs, and soy sauce just 3 of them, no milk, no everything, no adding anything. And well, soy sauce is also the one that is made in Fukuoka City and the best eggs. So we put a lot of attention on what ingredients we use. So the better ingredients are, the better taste is. So I guess that's the key why this omelette is so tasty and praised with everyone. It's like really one of the best salt products. ありがとうございます。じゃあ次によろしいですか? So we'll move further and just show you that, well, it sounds like restaurant with a garden, and well, any traditional restaurant can be really small, but here in Fukuoka, there are bigger rooms and even big groups can come and enjoy food here. So, ここで次でよろしいですか? それとも一言。
いや、テーブル席で40人ぐらいも行けます。バス1台分の移動はテーブルでできますぐらいです。
So as you can see, you can use chairs here and up to 40 people can sit together here in this special room. So just like up to one bus, I do hope that we will be able to operate these big groups after Japan opens their borders. Okay, so we are using the word Kyoto cuisine, so it's different. So like it's something different from Japanese, like any other Japanese food. So let's talk a little bit what makes it so different. じゃあ、京料理というのはどんな特徴がありますか?
はい。京都という土地は、もともと都があったので、要は食べられる方がすごく要は意識が高かったりとか、美味しいものを好きだという、方が食べたはったんですね。でその要望に応えようと我々料理人も涌波さんみたいな陶芸家も例えば着物を作る人とかも全部その要望が高いからそれに合わせて技術がどんどん上がっていったことが一つ特徴的だと思います。
So what makes this different is, well, Kyoto originally used to be the capital of Japan, so the highest aristocracy were living here in Kyoto. And well, I guess as in any other countries, the higher ranking society is, the better things what you try to use. So it's also the same about kimono and other Japanese traditional things. So all the craftsmen were trying to create something better than in any other regions to make the best of the best, to find the best type, the best structure, and the best taste. So same thing happened with restaurants in Kyoto. Everyone was trying to find something special to bring the best out of any ingredient that can be used in Kyoto. So I guess this is one of the major factors that influenced the development of Kyoto cuisine.
で、ご存知の通り、海がないですので、昔はその車もないので、陸路をこう歩いて食材が京都まで来たわけですね。で、そうなってくると、すごく食材が限られる環境で私たちの技術は上がっていきました。
At the same time, Kyoto is not facing the sea, so well, and no time you would not eat meat. So the ingredients that you could use in Kyoto, well, again, we are talking about several centuries ago, and at that time there were no cars, so you could not go far away and bring the ingredients to create the food. So you have to cook out of what you have around you. So Kyoto food is made out of a pretty limited amount of different ingredients. So you have to put more efforts on trying to bring the best out of this limited number of ingredients. So again, so it's kind of best of the best you can find.
左側の写真のように、これお寿司なんですけど、 生の魚をお寿司にするのではなくて、こういう一度焼いたりとか、例えば一度塩をして、その塩で締めたりとか、一度こう干したりとか、そういう食材が、要は日持ちがする食材が多かったので、京都の本当の古来からあるお寿司っていうのは、こう生の魚で皆さんが連想されるような寿司とは少し違うかったりする。
And so this one on the left are Kyoto, the sushi or sushi from Kyoto. And so you usually when you hear about sushi, you imagine the raw fish, but in Kyoto, since again, as I said, like it was far from seashore, you could not bring the fresh fish all the time. So usually not raw fish, but fried or salted, fermented or dried fish was used here to create sushi. Well, not out of raw fish, but something that once you cook it this way or another, and then you create sushi out of it. So the idea was not to let it get spoiled in like limited period of time. So this one is うなぎ？穴子ですか？うなぎですか？
ハモですね。夏なので、ハモの。
Well, this is the type of eel. So since it's supposed to, well, usually said that it's the sushi for nuts or for summertime. Well, that's another, I guess, strong point of food in Kyoto. They are really, really sensitive to the seasons. 季節に強く関わってますよね。なんか夏は夏で、季節感が強いですね、恐竜といえば。
ああ、そうですね。まあ、それも一番初めのあれですけど、その文学とか、そういうものがやっぱり貴族社会を中心に発展していったので、それになぞらえるお料理とかがすごく多くあって、今食べるべきものとか、今日一年のうちで今日食べるべきものっていうのがあるんですね。
Yeah, so since Kyoto was the capital and the highest headquarters were living here, so that were the people with educated, being able to read and write. So we have a lot of books from that period of time when people were writing what they were eating. And what is interesting that they were sensitive not only to the season, they even would write like, today we should eat this. Today is the day of this type of food, not only like this week, but it's just like today. So you can feel how deeply they were just like concentrated on what they are eating. And so that influenced a lot of the people who were creating this food. So that's really strong tradition, culinary tradition in Kyoto. じゃあ次でよろしいですか？
はい。
So one of the type of food that you can enjoy in Matsusho is kaiseki. So I guess you have heard the name of it, but it's really not just food. It's like a great tradition. So it's limited. You spend long time to eat it. So it's limited of how many people can order. So you cannot just enter and ask for kaiseki. Usually order it beforehand. So I just want to ask Mr. Ozasa about this one. What is like special about kaiseki in their restaurant? お願いします。
はい。皆さん、懐石の懐石は実は2時間ぐらい、初めから終わりまで、かかります。
So first about the time, usually when it's normal, what usually when Japanese people would imagine when they hear about kaiseki, they need 2 hours from the beginning of eating food till it's, and so it's 2 hours of enjoying your food, not just eating, it's just like enjoying the time you spent in the restaurant.
なぜそんなに長いのでしょうか？
So do you have any idea why is it so long? Can write here. じゃあ次にも言っちゃってもいいですか？So we have another polling for you because kaiseki is made out of 2 characters. So kai is meeting, seki is the place, well, seat. So that's the place where you can meet whom? Please guess. Do you have the idea with whom people are meeting when they come to eat kaiseki? Again, don't be afraid to make the mistake. I wish you could see the, so I'll just read through the answers in case you cannot see the polling. Sometimes it happens. So the first is your working colleagues or business partners. Another one is fiancé or fiancée, so like the person, like kind of date, yeah, romantic time. Maybe it's like grill yourself while eating, you would understand who you are. Or just geisha or Michael, since it's Kyoto. What do you think?
もちろん全部のシチュエーションは今はね、ありえますね。
Yeah, of course. Nowadays you can spend time with anyone here, but there was like a original meaning of kaiseki in Kyoto, why they made this word and so whom they met. So it looks like the first, well, everyone knows that Japanese people do work a lot, even if old times. So we have this answer. But let me show you the right answer right now. Oops, that work. Oops. So this one are the people you were supposed to meet at kaiseki place. So it's special. じゃあお願いします。
はい、芸者さんとか舞妓さんとかっていうのは、もう踊りをお願いすると2時間っていうのはもうずっと昔から決まっています。で、その舞妓さんが踊られる間に私たちはお料理を作るっていうのが懐石料理屋さんの、昔からの仕事なんです。
So, of course, the word kaiseki originally appeared like separately, but if we're talking about Kyoto City and Kyoto restaurants, restaurants would call maiko-san, geisha-san, geiko-san, the way they call them in Kyoto. And usually, if you ask maiko-san to dance or sing for you, it's all like always for 2 hours. Well, actually, in ancient time in Japan, the whole day was separated in several segments, each for 2 hours. So maybe that's what the reason, so just like this period of time. So even nowadays, that's really, really long tradition that dates back more than 1,000 years ago. So they would come and perform in front of you, but it would be like difficult if you just see at them. Well, Japanese people at least suppose that it is. So you come to the restaurant, and while you're enjoying their dance, their singing, games, you are eating. And the food you're eating while spending time enjoying the maiko performance was called kaiseki. So meeting place where you meet them. If you come to kaiseki restaurant, so that's the place where you not just eat, you spend time and enjoy the performance of geiko or maiko-san. So that's the reason why kaiseki, so it influenced a lot the process of making food and bring it out. So if you want to enjoy real kaiseki, you need 2 hours in the restaurant to sit and enjoy food. So maybe it's a good idea to ask also Maiko-san to come. 頼めれば来れますか？
はい、もちろん来れます。
So yeah, you can spend like really traditional kaiseki restaurant dinner with Maiko-san in Matsushō restaurant. So that's also possible. So it's completely all tradition would be alive. So let's move further. If you are not into spending 2 hours eating food, you want to move further, like see something else, we have also options. So we have another option があります。
それだけ時間をツアーでなかなか持てないので、それをこうギュッと短く簡略化したコースもございます。
Yeah, so thinking about the clients who want to keep on their tour around the city. So we have a special plans courses like which are smaller, more simple, and you don't need that much time. どれくらい時間がかかりますか？これだと30分のものもありますか？
ワンプレートランチだったら30分から45分ぐらいで帰っていただけますし、でミニ解析だったら45分から1時間ぐらいですかね。
So this one on the right is called one plate lunch. It's really simple, fast, and not that expensive to compare. Well, but at the same time, you can enjoy all these great ingredients, great dashi taste, just real Kyoto food here. But it's simple, and you can even have just 30 minutes. Just comes from 30 to 45 minutes, I would say. And this one is mini kaiseki, well, the best of the best. Small one, here it takes from 45 minutes to 1 hour. Of course, you can spend more, but at least if you have if you don't have much time, and you just like want to enjoy food of Kyoto, and at the same time you are not able to spend that much time. Yeah, you can have this one also. ありがとうございます。じゃあ次に。One more specialty of Matsusho. Well, actually, it's a specialty of the region, but at the same time, a specialty of Matsusho, and something that you cannot eat in many other regions of Japan. お願いします。
はい。我々亀岡は丹波というエリアで、に属していて、この丹波は冬になると、ジビエがとても豊富というか、食べることが豊富というかね、食べることが昔から、有名です。で、うちでもその丹波の山々で育った、イノシシだとか鹿とかだとかをお鍋とかコースの料理とか、例えば京料理のコースの中でとかで食べることができます。
So Kameoka City is part of Tamba area, and in Tamba area since for the old time, people used to eat wild boar or deer, so just like wild animals meat, because you could not eat regular beef or pork, but wild animals, you could eat like for different limitations, but you couldn't. So this is the one that you eat only in winter. It's nabe, hot pot, the one that is like boiling in front of you. And you can have this nabe hot pot dish with wild boar meat or deer meat, and you can enjoy new taste, maybe something new for you. And at the same time, you know that it has a long history behind it. And it's only in winter, and it takes a long time. You cannot just have a small short kaiseki. You have to order the whole course, but it can be the dinner, so you can come and enjoy this specialty, which maybe you are not being able to eat somewhere else in the great restaurant of Kameoka City. で、よろしいですか？
はい。
じゃあ次行きます。And one more thing that maybe you would not imagine looking at this presentation. So, well, usually I guess when you hear about Japanese food, you imagine Japanese sake, but Mr. Ozasa is certified sommelier by Wines of Germany, German Wine Academy, and can tell you, if you come to Matsusho, which wine goes which Japanese food. So it's really great combination, I think. 一言お願いします。
私の料理人としての特徴は、お酒とお料理を、コーディネートする能力が長けていることだと、私自身も思います。で、やっぱり、日本酒であったりワインであったりっていうのは、お食事の中で皆さんたしなまれると思うので、そういう日本のワインもありますし、亀岡のお酒もありますし、なんかそういうことができるのも一つ、私たちの店の特徴かなと思います。
So personally, as chef of the restaurant, so everyone tries something special, trying to improve something. So I pay a lot of attention in coordinating food and drinks together at the table. So I'm pretty sure, says Mr. Ozasa, that I'm able to give good advice. So not only about wine, but Japanese sake also, especially sake of Fukuoka series. So you can have this advice which want to choose and how to drink it. いいですか? Yeah, a little bit of introduction of other events that took place in Matsusho restaurant. So this one is an Asian agricultural group. So that they are scientists who came to study Japanese vegetables, the way they grow, the way they use. So they had this special event with lecture in Matsusho restaurant. So in case you are interested in this type of events, we would be glad to welcome you. So we can make, well, this type of event also together with Matsusho. Mr. Ozasa, so you can see he can tell us a lot of different interesting stories and knows a lot about agriculture and history. And Mr. Ozasa also gives lectures outside of Japan, so going to other countries, just talking about 京料理とお酒の話でしたでしょうか？
いや、これはですね、先ほどの枠並さんも一緒に行ったんですけど、ローマで、お茶会席をやろうということで、日本の文化を伝えに、行って、お弁当を作った時の写真ですね。
So this one was taken in Roma when Mr. Ozasa went there together with Wakunami-san. So they were talking about Japanese tea ceremony tradition. Well, and this one was on the right, you can see the obento, this lunchbox crane scene. So that's kind of different, well, bringing the information about the one that we were talking right now. Okay. So this is the bento. じゃあ先ほどのbentoの。
そうです。
So this is what was shown outside of Japan. So again, if you're interested, you can contact us. We'll be glad to help you with organizing this type of tour. I hope this kind of events will be also available in nearest future. So this is all from us for now. We will be glad to answer your questions. So let me go through the Q&A box. So we have really nice comments from you. Thank you, it's so sweet. So we have the question about halal. So can you create like anything halal or halal friendly foods or vegetarian foods? ごめんなさい。ハラル料理とベジタリアン料理についてなんですけれども、対応が可能でしょうか？
はい、可能です。はい。
何日前までとかそういうのはありますか？
大体2、3日前に言っていただいたら全部料理用意できるんで。はい。
Yeah, we can make both vegetarian and halal food, but need to know about it 3 days before you arrive to the restaurant, so we can create everything, like both halal or vegetarian. And of course, well, in this case, well, as usual, the cancellation fee would apply. Oh, we have this other questions about cancellation fee. 取り消し料は何日から3日前からですか？それとも
キャンセル料ですか？はい、3日前ですね、大体。はい。
So yeah, the cancellation fee starts from 3 days ahead because well, the restaurant needs to prepare everything and sometimes preparation starts earlier. And we have one more question about how long does it take to cook a kaiseki dinner? 懐石料理を作るのにどれぐらい時間かかりますか？
特別なものじゃない限りは、基本全部朝に食材を買ってきてディナーの料理を作るんです。で、その1日、置いた方が美味しいとかっていうのはやっぱり1日前に作るんですけど、大体朝の食材で作ります。
朝を買いに行ってから作り始めるのは何時ぐらい、まあ、もう全部時間を数える。
そうですね。でも大体、5、6時間あったらできるんですけど、大体。はい。
So it's kind of difficult to calculate because, well, there are some things that are prepared the day before because you need, well, them to soak the sauce, for example, just to have more different taste. So something is made the day before, and well, the most of kaiseki ryuri. Well, if it's not the difficult one, sometimes we have a difficult task. But if it's like a regular kaiseki ryuri, dinner. So in the morning, Mr. Ozasa would go to buy the fresh vegetables and other ingredients here, then come back and start cooking. So, well, as I said, like it's hard to calculate the time because it's not like the straight from beginning till the end. But well, he says, well, if I have 5 or 6 hours, I guess I can make kaiseki dinner. So you can imagine it's not like a simple one that you can make in 30 minutes. Yeah, so it's several hours of work plus creating something the day before. ありがとうございます。So, まあ、そろそろ時間となりましたので、これでお礼を言いたいと思います。ありがとうございます。So I think it's time to say thank you to Mr. Ozasa, and I would go on to our next webinar introduction. So じゃあカメラも消していただいても大丈夫です。ありがとうございます。So I'm just like briefly let you know what we have in next 2 weeks. We have a really special again announcement. In Kyoto, Tokyo hotel groups would open a special, like it's the hotel itself still does not have like a regular name, and they call it museum hotel because they would have a gallery of traditional Japanese crafts. So it's going to be something special, something different from regular hotels. The one that you know before, it's going to open in just 1 year, next summer in 2022, and still you cannot find much information about it internet, just a little bit in Japanese, and I guess not much in English or even not at all. So we'll have a special guest from Kyoto Tokyo Hotel group, Ms. Teruya Ogawa-san, who will talk to us about this hotel, the concept, and something special that we can create and suggest only for you and your guests, so something that you may like about it. So, well, if you have any other questions, we still have a few minutes while the webinar would go on. Please send us and we will send you the information via the email. So please do not hesitate to keep on asking us. And I do, once again, I would say that we would have online tours with both Mr. Ozasa-san and Ms. Wakunami-san together with her husband. So this will be 2 different online tours. In case you're interested, let us know. We will give a special promotion for you. And as usual, we are talking about this online tour. It's just a brief video. What is it and how it works? It looks like so. As usual, let us know about all your questions. We will be glad to answer. So that's how the special discount works. And also, apart from that, you have the commission. I hope you are interested in it. So it's simple, info@jpfromhome.com. So that's all introduction, and so that's the place where I would say bye-bye to you and hope to see you in 2 weeks. Anything you want to ask about webinars, you can use this email. For all other information, you can send your questions via the homepage about the online tours. Thank you for coming and joining us today. It was great. Thank you for all your questions. As I said, like some questions were not answered. We will send you email with the answer on it. Thank you so much and see you.